Well, welcome back to another vlog. It's been probably a couple of weeks since my last vlog. Sometimes life just gets in the way, what with work and obviously Christmas time, lots of things going on at home, and I haven't had as much opportunity to get out as usual, and the odd day or two that I did have, sadly motivation let me down. But if you can remember from my last vlog, I was down at Ramsgate Harbour and some of the Christmas lights were just starting to come on. Now we're 2 or 3 weeks on, there's a lot more lights in the harbour, so we're on our way down there now to try and capture some of the Christmas lights in Ramsgate Harbour. Here we are now along the harbour itself, just having a stroll along, trying to work out a composition. I do struggle trying to find a composition on the harbour here. Come down the last 2 or 3 years to try and take some images, and none of which I've really been happy with. Surprisingly, I see lots of other images from other photographers and local residents of Ramsgate, and I prefer theirs a lot more than I like mine. But hopefully tonight we'll come down and try and rectify that and try and get a nice image or two of the Christmas lights in the harbour. I'm walking around the harbour now, and I'm walking around, I think it's like the inner basin, and come across these guys here. If you're interested in finding out a little bit more about some of the boats in the harbour, potentially interested in buying one, or just want to be nosy as to the cost of these boats, they got a website, www.clarkandcarter.co.uk. They got some of the boats here in Ramsgate Harbour. Some are for sale, and if you're feeling flush or win the lottery, then you can have a look and see maybe if you're interested in purchasing one. Well, I've pretty much made my way around the entire harbour area now, and as usual, I'm struggling trying to see a composition. So many boats in the harbour and lights, it all looks a bit messy at times. And with Christmas lights, you really don't get long to shoot. You have to wait for the ambient light to kind of match the exposure of the Christmas lights, with the idea that you don't want too longer exposure, especially on the harbour here, because the boats will be moving. It's not too windy at the moment, so the wind might not play too much of a part in it, but sometimes I've been down here and it is quite quite blowy, and you want to try and keep your exposure time quite short to try and minimise some of the blur that you might get in the Christmas lights. But we'll keep trying and we'll have a go and see what we can come up with. Well, the first image I've managed to capture after me saying about trying to keep the shutter speed low has given me f11 ISO 100 for 1.6 seconds. And the wind is pretty minimal, so I don't think that's going to have too much of an impact. And I'm hoping that the boats aren't bobbing around too much, and it should be pretty sharp. But we'll have a look when we get back on the computer. This second image now, the light is starting to fade, and typically the rain is starting to fall as well. But I've managed to get a 2.5 second exposure, which looks quite sharp on the back of the camera. Here's f8 at ISO 100. Well, that's been manic trying to take the images of the Christmas lights in the harbour and try and vlog it. I just found that almost impossible to do. The light dropped so quickly. I was running around trying to find images without really giving much thought to the vlog at all. So what I'll do is I'll probably just take some images and put the images up on the screen for you afterwards. But the rain is still coming down now. What I did in the end was I did actually ramp up the ISO to ISO 800, which gave me at f8 a 2-second exposure time. So hopefully they'll come out pretty clean. Well, the rain is now coming down persistently. I think I'm going to call that the end of the vlog. Unfortunately, it never really worked out quite as I planned, but I think we've still got 1 or 2 images out of it. I still find it really, really difficult to photograph the event down here at Ramsgate Harbour. The Christmas lights do look fantastic, and I hope that the video kind of shows that. Image-wise, I really, really struggle. But if you're in Ramsgate or you're in the area, it's well worth coming down to have a look at the Christmas lights. It really is quite a sight over the harbour. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed 1 or 2 of the images, and I'll see you again when we get out very soon. Thanks then.